Did you know that one of the most versatile names from last college season might be on the Chiefs' radar? And there's more. A true giant born in Kansas City could be about to fulfill the dream of protecting Patrick Mahomes. Even after that bitter Super Bowl loss, the team remains among the AFC's elite and is already mapping out strategic moves that could surprise a lot of people in the draft. And look, there are decisions being discussed behind the scenes that could completely change the direction of those picks. There's talent, there's speed, and there's a player who could make an immediate impact. Don't blink, because this is hot intel, and you don't want to miss a single detail. Hit that like button and let's jump into the video. The Chiefs are still licking their wounds from that Super Bowl Lions loss, but let's be honest, they're far from done. Kansas City is still sitting comfortably among the AFC's top dogs. That said, with the 31st overall pick in next month's NFL draft, the champs aren't in prime position for a blue-chip superstar. But hey, they've got options, and trading back into the early second round might be their smartest move yet. Why? Because day 2 of this draft is loaded with value. That sweet spot in the second round could be where the Chiefs find their next big contributor without paying the first-round premium. So let's talk about a few intriguing names that could be on KC's radar if they decide to slide down the board. First up is Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State. The dude's a Swiss Army knife on the offensive line. The Chiefs are kind of in no man's land at left guard and left tackle, and while Kingsley Suamataia might get a shot on the outside, there's zero depth behind him. Jackson brings legit versatility. He's played both guard and tackle at a high level, even finishing last season holding down the blind side for a Buckeyes squad that was in championship contention. He's strong, athletic, and polished enough to plug in early. Then there's Darius Alexander, the disruptive D-tackle from Toledo. Chiefs fans have been pounding the table for more help next to Chris Jones, and this guy could be a sneaky good answer. He's got a non-stop motor, real twitch at the line, and the kind of violent hands that make offensive linemen lose sleep. At 24, he's an older prospect, but he's ready to go right now, and that's big when the current depth chart has names like Mike Pennell and Jerry Tillery behind Jones. And don't sleep on JT Tuimoloau, the edge rusher from Ohio State. He's not the flashiest athlete, but he's crafty, powerful, and knows how to win with his hands. George Karlaftis needs a running mate, and while Mike Dana is solid and Felix Anudike-Uzomah has potential, they're not exactly striking fear in quarterbacks. Tuimoloau brings a grown man game, not elite burst, but he's productive, technically sound, and could be a dependable piece in Spags' rotation. Bottom line, if the Chiefs trade back, they've got plenty of options to shore up the trenches and keep that championship window wide open. Now tell me, would you trade a first-round pick for more value on day 2? Drop a comment below. Because the next headline shows that the Chiefs are thinking big and maybe even bolder. We're officially in the home stretch, less than a month out from the 2025 NFL Draft, and the Kansas City Chiefs are loading up with offensive firepower in A to Z Sports' latest 2-round mock. After doing some solid patchwork during free agency, the Chiefs have positioned themselves to sit back and snag the best talent available come draft night. And according to draft heads Adam Holt and Rob Gregson, KC's first 2 picks are all about keeping the engine running on offense. At number 31 overall, they've got the Chiefs grabbing Minnesota's massive offensive tackle Ariante Ursary. This dude is a literal hometown product, born and raised in Kansas City, balled out at Ruskin High, then headed to the Big Ten in 2020. He's a mountain of a man at 6'6", 331 pounds, and while his technique's still a little raw and he can struggle with speedy edge rushers, the upside is hard to ignore. He's got the size and demeanor you want protecting Patrick Mahomes. And let's be honest, the Chiefs can't keep slapping duct tape on that offensive line, especially at tackle. If KC pulls the trigger here, Ursary probably starts his rookie year riding the bench behind Jawan Taylor and Jalen Moore. But if Taylor doesn't stick around after 2025, Ursary could be next in line at right tackle, or even get groomed to take over the blind side if Moore doesn't pan out. Either way, it's a future-focused move that could pay off big. Then at pick number 63, they double down on speed, snagging wide receiver Isaiah Bond out of Texas. Yep, that would be 2 years in a row. KC grabs a Longhorn wideout after taking Xavier Worthy in 2024. Bond's not quite as fast as Worthy, few are, but he still flies. We're talking 4.35 in the 40-yard dash, and he's got the versatility to make an impact early. Picture this. Bond, Worthy, and Hollywood Brown all stretching defenses vertically. That's Legion of Zoom 2.0 territory. Bond's college numbers aren't jaw-dropping 1,428 receiving yards and 11 total touchdowns over 3 years, but he averaged nearly 16 yards per catch last season and brings legit gadget potential. He'd likely start off in a rotational role and on special teams, but with Brown on a 1-year deal, Bond could be in line for a much bigger role by 2026. Bottom line, if this mock plays out, the Chiefs walk away with 2 high-upside pieces that protect Mahomes now and build for the future. Smart, sneaky, and totally on brand for the champs. Honestly, if all this goes down, the Chiefs will once again prove why they're a model franchise for fast and intelligent rebuilding. Betting on raw talent and long-term vision while still at the top? That's what a team that wants to keep winning looks like. But they've got to get it right because the dynasty clock is still ticking. If you want to follow every step of this journey, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for everything happening behind the scenes with our Kansas City.